I remember when I was bud tending one day, it's just a lady came in and told my manager, not me, but she's like, you're my guardian angel. And she's like, my mom just passed away, but I got to be with her for the last few months. And so I think what you're doing is you're giving people that chance to choose their life at least and live it how they want to for the last bit.
Moments.
With the more research, we are starting to show that we can cure some things.
Yeah, right.
I just don't like to say I cure, but you can tell it helps.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I know it keeps CEA numbers down when you take FSO, RSO, whatever, regular. That beats down CEA numbers. I had one cancer patient who was stage 4, and he was on a constant diet of RSO, and it was keeping the numbers way down. I mean, barely existent. And then he stopped for a minute because he thought this other guy had better medicine, and his numbers went way up, and, you know, he's really sick to this day. So he's back on RSO, though, you know? Yeah. And it does give him a better quality of life. I mean, that's everything when you're sick with cancer or something, you know?
So when you were waiting on the transplant list and you met Scott and Cream of the Crop, how much closer was it to your transplant and everything? Was it like right before?
October we met Scott. You were transplanted in February.
Really? Was it that soon?
October 2017, and then it was February 2018. You were transplanted.
Why I bring her. She knows exactly. Yeah, man, she's really great. But yeah, I mean, Scott, you know, he's got the hugest heart. I mean, all the guys from Cream of the Crop, when I met them, their mission was to save 1 million people. And I wanted to be a part of it, or touch 1 million people's lives, you know? Yeah. And I wanted to be a part of that. I was back at Prop 215, you know, I was giving out a ton of product, you know, and they were happy to do it, you know? That's the thing, they're different than everyone else. That's Cream of the Crop's all heart. I mean, for instance, recently we were moving from Palm Desert out to 29 Palms, way out there, you know? And they rented a truck, they came to my house, they bought me a new bed and everything. You know, they helped me do everything. I mean, I didn't have any worries.
Family to them.
Yeah, we've become really close. Yeah,
we're very blessed.
I'm super blessed. You know,
and that's what I look for with companies is really, I mean, it is still a business and an industry,
of course.
But I want to look. Are your main goals anything with helping people?
Exactly.
And like those are the people I want to work with because cannabis is a unifier. Colin Wells
brings people together.
The ultimate unifier, and it brings people together, and so. I think companies that use that mentality like really can build something amazing. And like you're saying, touching million lives.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's incredible. So your transplant was 7 years ago, correct? Or
no,
2018. So this February will be 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, 2.7, 2.6, something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, you look a lot better. You're not in the wheelchair anymore.
No oxygen tank.
Night and day. I mean, like, I thank God for this all the time. I walk out the door. To go throw the trash out, for instance, and I'm smiling, bro. I'm smiling. You know, I can run now.
I can't keep up with them.
I never had.
Come on, babes. I'm like,
I never had breath to do anything my whole life, you know. So
quality of life.
I was just like, this must be what other people feel like. But I look down all the time, and I'm like, it's almost surreal, like almost like it didn't happen, you know. But we're here.
So, I know your family and friends are the biggest support, but was there any specific doctor or patient that like really helped guide you a little bit, like going through, or were you scared or something?
We didn't know anyone, so I mean,
kind of we're on our own.
We were on our own, big time. Yeah, I mean, we didn't know anyone for the first, 4 or 5 years because for the first 4 years,
couple years, but the Instagram is where, our daughter did Instagram.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, she'd met somebody and they were going to meet up. And I'm like, how do you even know if this is this person? We were skeptical. It's online stuff.
I had no idea.
But the parents brought this girl down to meet our daughter, and it was like this neatest experience. And so he's like, he had nothing better. He's sick in bed,
Sitting in a hospital bed all the time.
Exactly.
So I started using Instagram and just connecting with people.
With the whole cannabis community. And that people reached out.
Yeah.
He had some people come visit him.
Yeah,
and that's what it brought him so much,
Yeah.
And just that people would come and take the time. So that's why he kind of does what he does now.
Exactly. That's the whole reason, because it felt so good that someone cared, I mean, at the time I felt so alone, so it was like amazing. And, there was probably 4 different people who came by or 3 different people. But I mean, a couple of guys came through PTO Gardens, I think was it, and Lost Extracts. They came out and they actually brought, flour to press. They brought a press, like they taught me how to
Yeah,
press,
Taught you how many rosin.
Yeah, and I never did that before, so I mean that was awesome, And, there's a lot of cool people who sent me stuff or whatever. I mean, I've been so lucky to meet the most awesome people throughout this thing, and I look at life so much different these days, and I think maybe that's why you start attracting the good people you're looking for.
Well, they've been watching his whole journey, though, since when he was sick in a wheelchair and oxygen, and through his transplant, I was posting the whole steps and him with all the poses and everything.
I was
and
going back through Instagram, and it was just years and years.
Yeah.
And I loved also the transformation. It was because at first you weren't really posting too many pictures at the beginning, and it was just a mix. And then once you start seeing more of the cannabis come in, you start seeing you just come out of your shell a little bit.
Oh, yeah, completely.
And just sort of show people, like, hey, this is my story. You're not really afraid of it. You want people to
I want people to
learn
know.
from it. Exactly.
I want to break the stigma. The fact is, through cannabis and FSO, I was able to drop like 12 medicines.
he's like an A++ patient, they say.
Yeah, they say every time you're an A++ patient. And I heard they were doing a cannabis study. We saw it on like CNN or something, so maybe I was part of it. I mean, I really don't know. I think I might have just been a transplant patient, but yeah, I mean, they're awesome. I've been so lucky and so blessed. I thank God for it. Like I said, I thank God this happened because I have a whole new way of seeing,
Absolutely.
It means a lot.
And one thing I would love to see eventually is, I know it's going to be a while before cannabis is allowed in hospitals and everything. They're going to do that. But I think a consultant would be amazing. And so before you're on all of this medication, how much medication were you on at one point?
God,
23 in the beginning.
Exactly.
23.
Down.
I beat even medication-induced diabetes with cannabis, and I'm still on the meds, some of the meds,
So yeah, that's why I think if we have a consultant, it's like a first option instead of a last option.
Right.
Because, I mean, you got rejected for so much stuff when this could have been helping you for that whole time. And how many patients could still be alive or still be at least like having a better
or have hope.
Hope. Exactly.
Because they turn down most transplant patients. They won't put you on
People
this
die for
use,
using cannabis. They don't get transplants just for that.
Even in California, I mean, you got rejected from Sanford.
Right.
And then imagine other states in like Idaho or like any Iowa, like all the
right.
Like,
oh God, you never get through in some of them.
No.
After me, I have a buddy who actually was a cannabis patient also in Arizona. So I mean, I think they're starting to look at it. It definitely, there's science is proving it. There's so many great things about cannabis, and they're finding new cannabinoids every day, and all this, all the research, and I mean, it's just amazing. I think that it could replace a lot of medicines, and it wouldn't hurt you.
Now, some people are wondering when they are trying it, dosing is a big issue and weren't learning. So did you have any issues like learning and testing out how much, or how much did you start with compared to what you use now, just as like a...
I can show you your syringe.
Cream of the Crop gave me this brochure in the beginning, and Scott said just use a grain of rice at first. Like there's numbers on the applicator that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. So I used 10 the first time, and the first night I slept. I woke up in the morning, I had better blood pressure. I felt great. And I hadn't felt great in a long time, I swear that's why the last 3 or 4 months before my transplant, I was working out every day. I was walking every day, doing whatever I could to stay fit, And I attribute it all to, FSO, RSO,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So through your whole journey, is there one thing you would like to tell anybody that might be going through or just learned they're diagnosed, or any advice you'd like to give somebody, or even from the family that you think that would have helped you if you had that advice?
Don't quit and stay positive. And staying positive is everything, because if you're negative about anything or don't believe it's going to happen, your world will be like that. But if you're positive and you know it's going to come, and you work hard, that's all you stay positive, work hard, don't ever give up.
don't be afraid to ask for help or
That too.
or receive help if people want to help you, because that's
Right.
like hard too, you know, to
I had a hard
Yeah.
time with
Yeah.
that, I know.
because there are good people out there that do want to help. There's
There is. There's support
organizations
groups.
and
Yeah.
facilities that help you financially.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What's probably, besides Cream of the Crop, what's probably been one of the biggest groups that you would like to maybe shout out, or that like really helped you connect with people?
Well, I started with a group called the 420 Support Group, run by a guy named Tony Kramer. And we went a long way together. At that point when I found them, I was in a bad place,
It's real sick.
and I was really sick. And I was kind of in a bad place. But after the first meeting, it was a support group, right? So after the first meeting, I let it all go at the first meeting, just let it all go.
Mm-hmm.
I was crying and everything, but you know what? I didn't even care because it's just to get rid of it. So that group helped me a lot. The people I met in that group helped me a lot, And so, but now we have a support group at Monterey Park, American Legion Post 397, and it's called Compassionate
Healing.
And
With the veterans.
I'm focusing on that right now. But yeah, support groups help me. And I wasn't the person to seek a support group. Someone actually tricked me and said it was something else, said it was like a little sesh or something. So
They knew you wouldn't go otherwise.
that's right. I got rolled in and it was over now. But the best thing that ever happened to me,
Awesome. Well, that's pretty much all I have. I just want to thank you guys again. We met at Cannabis Synergy, one of our shows.
Which was
and
amazing.
I just appreciate you guys coming and supporting us. Hopefully we'll have more shows, but you guys were part of the only 3 we've had so far. So
That's awesome.
It was such a neat experience. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I like being able to tell people maybe even if it doesn't change their minds, at least they'll start thinking there is alternatives to big pharma,
Exactly. And while they're waiting because of insurance and things like that,
Right.
while they're waiting, they can try this at least and see if
Exactly.
it does help. So when they go to their doctors, this has really helped me, but it
Right.
hasn't finished or cured it. So
Right.
at least it's a start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to sit in hospitals or cancer centers and donate, I'd love that, but we're not there yet.
No. But we are actually, for anybody that doesn't know, there is a bill going out. It's Ryan's Law, which we've worked with Cannabis Synergy, but
Okay.
it's a bill to get people that are terminally ill allowed cannabis into the hospitals.
Oh, wow.
So we're really trying to push it. It almost passed a
amazing.
year ago, but the governor vetoed it, even though there was so much support for it from
Really?
both sides, Republican and Democrat. So we're trying to repass
We'd love
it.
to work on that,
Yeah,
buddy.
so it's Ryan's Law 2020.
Okay.
It gets it no vaping or smoking, but edibles, oils, stuff like that,
Right.
topicals will be allowed in for terminally ill, so they can at least enjoy the last bits of their lives.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's one thing I wanted to say is that's the one thing people tell me when I do bring them RSO or cannabis, hash caps or whatever. They tell me you bring hope,
Exactly.
and hope sometimes is enough to keep you afloat.
Absolutely. And so, thank you again.
Thank you, Shag.
Thank you so much.
I just want to show that these are patients all over. It's not the few stories. It's not the random stories. It's not the miracles. There's hundreds, thousands, millions of people using cannabis to help them. And this is, Josh is an amazing living proof along with his family. So thank you for being a part of it.
I'm
And
so grateful, Shaggy. Thank you.
Thank you.
absolutely. So what's anything you're working on as well, or anything you want to?
I'm working on a lot of things. Like I said, I'm working on the CBD giveaway right now. I just had to restart my support group in Monterey Park, and change the name and all that. We won't get into that, but I'm really working on that. I'm really working on just being able to help more people. More cancer patients, more sick people, because you know what I mean. I've been helping so many people for so long. I have over 27 patients, and some are in other states. And I drive down to Arizona sometimes, and but people need help, and that's it.
Absolutely. And where can they follow you on?
Oh, on Instagram, SR.JOSHUALACROIX. That's my name.
Senior
That's my
Joshua
Instagram.
Lacroix.
There you go. Well, awesome. Thank you again, and happy 420, everybody.
Thank you. Happy 420, everybody.